line so you can do so. So the last two questions come from Lurline Grant and Nicole Maxley. May you raise your hands, please? Okay, great.
But we're not going to be here for much long because of the climate crisis. We only have a few months left. I love that you support the Green Deal, but it's not getting rid of fossil fuel. It's not going to solve the problem fast enough. A Swedish professor saying, we can eat dead people, but that's not fast enough. So I think your next campaign slogan has to be this: we got to start eating babies. We don't have enough time. There's too much CO2. All of you're a pollutant. Too much CO2. We have to start now, please. You are so great. I'm so happy that you're really supporting the Green Deal, but it's not enough. Even if we would bomb Russia, we still have too many people, too much pollution. So we have to get rid of the babies. That's a big problem. Just stopping having babies is not enough. We need to eat the babies, and this is very serious. Please give a response.
Thank you. No, thank you. We'll go ahead.
Okay.
No, we'll go ahead. No. Yeah, no. Thank you. So I think so one of the things that's very important to us is that we need to treat the climate crisis with the urgency that it does present. Luckily, we have more than a few months. We do need to hit net zero in several years. But I think we all need to understand that there are a lot of solutions that we have and that we can pursue, and that if we act in a positive way, there is space for hope. We are never beyond hope. Okay. Thank you. We'll start right there.
Congresswoman AOC, thank you so much for, again, your message of hope for all the work that you do and what you stand for.
So this clip has gone viral literally just today, and apparently this is a climate activist that has managed to dupe Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Now, as you probably saw at the beginning of this video, the woman was quite crazy in what she was advocating for. She was advocating for the killing of babies and to lower carbon emissions because the world is going to end in a couple of months due to climate change. Some pretty heavy stuff right there, guys, right? And as you can see, the crowd were either amused, shocked by the look of it, but being pleasant and accommodating to this woman. And AOC as well was being very patient until towards the end where she had to respond to this woman and gave a very politician's response to it. And this has provoked all sorts of conversation and accusations, and I thought I'd give you guys my hot take on this, because I don't think, first and foremost, that AOC actually believes most of the things that this woman is actually saying to her. I don't think the nodding was a nodding in agreement, although I think her politician's response was not something that she should have said. I think things like that, when you give a neutral response, will make people think that you actually agree with the person, when actually she's trying to, I think, because I don't know if she knows if it's real or not. None of us know if this is actually real or not. She doesn't know this. She's just trying to be diplomatic, to calm this woman down, and to say something that can be palatable to everybody. I think that's essentially what she's trying to say here. I don't think she agrees with killing babies. I think she does agree that climate change is an issue, but I don't think it's the same as this woman. I think it's a bit too harsh on AOC to say that, oh, she obviously agrees, this whole people in the crowd agree with this woman, therefore the Democrats are being idiots, they're horrible. I don't think it's fair, therefore, to say that AOC and Democrats in general believe in this type of stuff, and that therefore that makes them evil. I think that's too much of a stretch, because I don't think Alexandria Cortez actually believes that. And if she did, I don't think she would say that in public, unless she really is that brave and thinks that she can get away with it. But I don't think anybody can get away with that. Now, as for the woman, was she a troll or not? Because this is something that's kicked up quite a bit of debate, and personally I think it's a troll. I don't think it's legit. I think this woman is doing an Andy Kaufman-esque performance. I think that if she'd said this months before at an AOC rally or conference, whatever this actually is a town hall meeting. I think it could have potentially fooled a lot of people, but because, as we've already seen, we have already had Swedish scientists say that we should be killing other humans to eat. We should be embracing cannibalism in order to respond to climate change. So this is where I think this woman got this from. And I bet she thought, well, maybe this story isn't as big in America as it is in, say, Europe. But unfortunately for her, I think that too many people have seen this all around the world, because this went viral as well, to really fool a lot of us. This is why I think it's a troll, because it's already been said. And I would assume that, yes, by cannibalism we would be killing not just adults but children as well, which is a harrowing thought to say the least. I don't understand how killing another human being to eat them would stop climate change, considering that climate change is not just man-made, it is also natural. So yes, we could gut the world of 90% of human beings, but the climate would still change. So what's the point? Regardless of whether we're here or not, the earth will go through changes. But whatever, that's beyond the scope of this video. Now, what would make her not a troll? What would make her something that is legit? Well, I guess it would be mental health. You'd have to look at the mental health of this person, and she does come across as a little bit crazy. She looks a little bit nuts, and you can tell that through her voice, through her body language, she's quite agitated, she's scared, and maybe this is somebody where years and years of propaganda being pumped into her has made her terrified and come to some rather crazy, dangerous solutions. Maybe that is where you can argue that it's not a troll, and that maybe she has been looking at this particular person's scientific research, Mr. Magnus Soderlund, and have come to the same conclusions. I don't know if it's necessarily a logical conclusion, I don't know if this is one thing to another, but regardless, you can definitely see that these people have been becoming progressively more and more extreme in what they've been saying in order to combat climate change, and it's only fair that some of it would reflect on other people, it would have an influence on others. But again, because of this, because of what has been said before, and if you think about it, the whole we've only got months left, that's in response to what Greta Thunberg has been saying about, and what a lot of other climate activists and scientists have been saying, doom-mongering that we've only got 12 years left, a couple of years left. Does anybody here actually have an idea as to how long we've got left until the climate destroys us all, if it even has that power? But regardless, that is why I think it's a troll. It's a troll, guys. I'm putting that speculation out there. I shouldn't make a prediction. I shouldn't say outright that it is or that it isn't. But I think after all we've heard and all we've seen, I don't think that this woman is legit. I think it's a troll. And I don't think that AOC or any of these Democrats in this room, or even if they are Democrats, they might not all be Democrats, I don't think they believe what she's saying either. I don't think they agree with her. I think they're just being patient, accommodating people, and this is what a lot of people tend to do when crazies start talking, or at least perceived crazies. I think the natural response is to be kind of quiet and accommodating, and then try and calm this person down, I think. So anyway, that's the end of the video. That's all I've got time for, and until next time, I'll see you later.